Hello, hello, hello. I am not quite sure why I don't get the windows anymore to set my stream title, but they're gone, and I'm not 100% sure how to get them back. Um, Regardless, we are 20 seconds out from a new challenge. I will quickly go to my little Advent 2020 folder, open code, 12 seconds to go, all fine. I'm not sweating this. Okay. Whew. This is gonna cost. Okay. Oh my. What the heck? So yesterday I was burned by not reading the entire thing. I'm just gonna read it. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. So you have to follow it, make sure that the distance is always at most once. So it can move diagonal. How would you solve this? I guess it's always moving where the head was before, right? Okay. So you have what's then? I guess you just count the number of at least. Okay. So the head is 0, 0, and the tail is 0, 0. For movement, we just do a split of base. Of course, it's called R. For direction and number in T, and we want to do split 0, split 1 int. And the movements are down, is, let's call it -1, 0, up, left, right. And vector equals movement direction. And the head equals head 0 plus vector 0. And then if dist of tail and head greater than well, I guess yeah, so it's gonna take the maximum, then old age tail def dist of head and tail, and it's the maximum of head 0 minus tail absolute, and the same with a 1. I think that should be right. Let's test this real quick. Okay, dist of 0, 0, and 1, 1 should be 1. 0, 0, 0, 2 should be 2. Okay, I think that's correct. The distance is greater than 1, then we move the tail to the old head. Now we say scene is equal to set 0, and we say scene add tail. And I think this is indeed a 2. This is fine, I think. Yes, okay. Fringe then of t. Not sure if this works, so let's put in the test value. And run this one. Gnosis folder. What day is it now? 2 is definitely not correct. Why is this? Oh, okay. For underscore in range num. Still 2. That's a bit of an issue. What's going on? How many times are we moving? A lot of times. Why is the length seen, not t? And 8, is that correct? Nope, 13. Is there ever a move where it does not go to the previous head? I don't think so. I guess there's a problem with diagonal movement, right? So here it would move to correctly, it would move correctly. I mean, I think here it would also move correctly. What's the Head and tail are both. There's down, up, left, right. Head plus vector, head vector. Ooh, I think we have to put this, all of this. That seems okay. What do we get? 13. Let's get us solved. Correct. Part 1 complete. Part 2. The rope snaps. Suddenly the river is getting a lot closer to you. The root is still there. The rope are moving too quickly to grab. Consisting of 10 knots. One knot is still the head of the rope. Accordingly, each knot further down follows the knot in front of it. Well, well, well. This is an. So you'll have the head, and then the tail is an array of, I guess, 9. Because the head is right there. One, two. So we get 9 things, and then the tail. Why is there an S? S is not described at all. So there's, oh, S is the starting point. Okay. There's 1 to 9. Yes. 9. Okay, perfect. So old now has to be an array of things. So for every single tail, old of I equals the of n. This is kind of tricky. Um, so let's not bother with like head and stuff. Just an array of 10. So I in range 10. The old is equal to the T. And now again, we go through and we move. So the head is now T0. What is your issue? Come on, what's up with this? What's up with this? Anyway, it doesn't really matter. So t is 0 for all 10. Old age is like deep copy of t. T0 is t00 plus vector 0. Perfect. For all of the i's, if this, no, we skip the first one now. If this, I, I minus 1, greater 0, t, I equals old age, I minus 1. Seen at 2t9. Does this work? So the greater example is 36. Let's get the greater example in our script. See what happens. We'll type. Well, that's unfortunate. 952 in dist. 936. Uh-huh. What the heck? I don't know what is going wrong here. Okay, how about we just copy this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But it's in the easy. Like, no, this is what I don't get. I didn't even change the easy. Wait, how did this happen? I'm supposed to change the hard, and I'm changing the dist method. Ah! Okay, try again. Scene is the issue. Scene at T9. T0 equals, but this is just a tuple of numbers. Okay. Um, let's get this back in here. 80. 36. Not it. Okay, T is zeros for all of them. Dean is adding T9, which is old age is the previous. You copy T. We're doing the same thing here. T0 gets, now we're starting with the first. If the distance of the first and the zeros is 1, then the first is the old. Yes, this makes a lot of sense. What's wrong about it? I don't get it. Let's try the smaller example. Maybe we can figure out what's wrong. This should still be 13 for the first one, right? Yeah. 1 for the second. That works. What's wrong with the larger example? This is one that's correct. Let's try the larger example. Hmm. So it says 80 when in reality it's 26. 36. I kind of wonder if maybe our tail is not long enough. It is add to 9, which is 10 different elements. So we are doing this for all 10. The movement is not. You know, I'm wondering if this is the, I'm at a bit of a loss here. So one option is that 10 is not the right number. I don't think that 10 is not the right number. T0 gets added the vector, which is still this. We are moving through the chain this way. And it is the old value of the previous one. This is correct. I don't know. Old value. The distance greater than and it moves. Otherwise, remains. And if it remains, then we break. No. the same. What does happen if I tend to greater number? 11 doesn't change at all. It does, but only slightly. But it's your. You wonder whole type. No. Yeah, I don't think I will. I'll give it 5 more minutes, but then I think I don't a good chance of so. I'm always just comparing a pair of knots, and if the distance is greater than 1, then I move it to the old value of the previous one. And this comparison is still the same. And I'm always moving the head by the same vector. This movement hasn't changed. And I'm adding the tail, which is the n minus 1th index. And we're starting with 0, 0 for all of them. Wonder if printing out all these things is going to help. I mean, probably, but it's going to take a while to write a parser. R5. Maybe after the first one, or maybe we just print T after all of them. So, first movement, we have 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 2, 0. See, like, there's not so many values in it. Well, I guess there are 80 values. So, anyway, I'm moving this one for 5. And then I'm going up 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Should be 3 away from the string. No, it still covers something here is off. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna solve this one tonight. Like Something about it being the previous position of yesterday, of the last move is but I couldn't tell you exactly what it is. I think I'll do a quick stream once I figure it out tomorrow, around, I don't know, when I wake up in the morning. And that's gonna be way more entertaining than me trying to figure this out right now. So I'll see you tomorrow. I changed my mind. I'm gonna just start printing out the visualization and then let's see where we get from there. So all of this is gonna be dependent on it being like n to the up and to the right. Um, and also, yeah, no, I mean, I guess how much down is it? Maybe like 20 down, 10 to the right. So that's what I'm going to be going with for here. 20 down, 10 to the right. And then we're going to have draw of the tail, which is going to have a grid of all zeros. Um, all dots, I should say, and we should figure out how big it is. So we're going to take max x is the mapping of lambda and I to 1 of t x. And then we got this for y, except it's going to be 0. We're just going to add 1 to this. I really hope they're never going to be below 0. But I think with the offset that I just added, should. So we got the grid, which is an array of arrays where we got the dot or underscore in x in range y. I guess turn this into an uppercase. Didn't mean to. And now for I in t, got grid of t0, e0, ei1 equal to I plus 1 as a okay. What is your issue? Argument of type full unknown can be assigned. Well, I guess this is time to give this one a type. This is going to be full typing full. Full list. Right? This is not full end list. Okay. What's your issue? Dude, what the heck's going on? Cool. Great. God. know what's going on with the typing here. Anyway, um, trend. No, for row and grid, trend, row, and equals. This is it, actually. Now we draw T. T is defined. Shouldn't be. Um, so I think here let's try this. List index out of range. Hmm, not possible. So the X is the 1. Let's try the other way around. Nope. Okay. Second index. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. What's going on here? This is looking good. X out of range. Good. Every single element here. There's a lot of list NDC. Okay. This is looking. What is happening? Okay. T is getting way smaller, which is a. Let's just look at the start of the. No idea what's happening. Okay. Let's give this like. So we start with. Oh no. We can call it 10. We should. Um. Just 9 to 0. This is. So after the first movement, we got a line to the left. To the right. Get head up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 5 to 9. Next one. We got 5, 9. Okay, this might be. think we should indent this. I think we need this every single move. But for this to work, I think I need a bigger. See, this I don't get. Like, if this is moving down, and then one more, shouldn't take a sharp turn like this, right? What's happening? Right 5, up 8. See, this one is going up. Okay, so the previous rule is no longer true. Sometimes now the pieces will move diagonal. Um, so through the entire old thing, I think old is the wrong idea. I think what we need to do is to move it by the same vector. Except here we do I. Okay, what's happening now? 14. What's the real answer? 36. That's also not correct. 14. It has to be whatever movement came before. Like, if I move this one up, I guess this one moves up, but some of these will move to the right. Like, if this one goes up, there, there, there. Doesn't make any. 8. Why is it? Ah! This is killing me. The fuck? The 5 moves to the right because. But why is the 5 there? It shouldn't be there. It shouldn't be. Okay. H moves up. This one is now fine. H moves up. This one now goes here. Where does 2 go? 2 goes here. H moves up. 1 goes there. 2 goes there. 3 goes. See, it does not. I have no idea. this one is really boggling my here. This one goes up. The one goes to the side, but two there. Like if this one goes here, sure. One goes there. I'm not gonna argue. But wouldn't the two go there? To go there. Damn sense. I need a break. Be right back. I think I need to read the rules. This rope creaks as you walk along it. Aren't sure how old it is. Blah, 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 blah. As you do, the rope stretch and twist. You decide to distract yourself by modeling rope physics. Maybe you can even figure out where not to step. Consider a rope with a knot at each end. These knots are marked the head and the tail. The head moves far enough, the tail is pulled toward the head. Due to nebulous reasoning, yada yada yada. If the head is ever two steps directly up, down, left, or right from the tail, see, it's always going for where the previous one used to be. So, why the heck would now, with all these additional pieces? Okay, first of all, let's re-download the puzzle. Uh, so this one goes up, which means the one goes here. If the one goes there, and the two goes here. Wrong. Why does the two go? Why does the two go there? This make okay. So the movement, again, refresh this one. The movement is sure. Goes up, nothing happens. Goes up one more, everything goes crazy. So I can understand the fact that this one goes here, and then this one goes there. But then why would the two go there? It doesn't. It does not go like they didn't model this. They did not model this. I guess it's this one, right? Or rather, this one. No, the thing is, this piece is moving two spots. That's the problem. They didn't model, like they're not telling you what happens to spots. Like it's here. This one moves one up here, and then this one moves two. It moves up and to the right. That's the issue. Because if that happens, if it moves up, nothing happens. If it moves to the right, but if it moves to the right and then up, then the two would be right there. Ah, like why? There's nothing saying that it should be there. There's just no logic for it. Like this piece will move here, from here to here. Why would it mean that the two goes up? I don't know. I really don't know. In my opinion, this is bullshit. I don't even know how to code this. Like, this movement is complete madness. Up, up and to the right. Guess I could figure out the vector between the head and the one. Yeah, but every single time a piece moves, you have to figure out the vector. And then if the distance between the next piece and it, like, if this moves up, then we satisfy the requirement that there shouldn't be more than one in between by going up and to the right. Why? I don't know. Pulled toward the head. But the thing is, always be touching. Yeah, but see, this is what I don't get. If it moves up, then it moves diagonally. If it moves right, it moves diagonally to the right. Whatever the spot previously. But that doesn't hold true anymore for the infinite. So this one goes up, so it goes up and to the right. And if it goes up and to the right, then we assume it does an up, and then to the right. No, we assume it does a no. Nothing makes sense. Like if this one goes up, then this one goes up, still fine, to the right. Now, why? If it goes to the right and then up, it won't move like this. If it moves up and to the right, it won't move like this. Like this movement. Damn. So we have to calculate the vector. So let's backtrace for a lot. Now that I know that the movement is screwed. Let's remove draw. Yeah, this was the best code so far. This was working before everything went to shit. So, old age is a deep clone of t, like here. And then we move t0. And if list of t0 and t1 is greater than 1, then t1 is old t0. And before we do this, we calculate the vector, these two, so we figure out how it moves. So if it is now a 2, and it was previously a 1, so we do v2 equals old age 0 minus t1 0. This in a vector where the second one gets substituted. And now we go through the range 2, and if the distance is greater than 2 plus 0, what's your issue? I don't know. And this will be I'm extremely unsure if this will work. But it's the only thing I can come up with. So what do I have in my test case right? It ends with I got a feeling that the U20 test case is the latter, so it should actually produce the result of 36 when we're getting to 1. It's not what we want. Are we taking into so old age is really just taking into account, so we might as well do this. Um, if the vector movement 2 is okay, old age 0 minus old age 1 minus p1 1, and then we move it, and for all of them, if distance, we move it by this move vector. Hmm. I am confused. Could it be 13 remove? I don't want the drawback. Um, well, let's just print T. So these two are them one apart. So how did this happen? Wait, so this movement is happening. And for I in range 2, if the distance p1 is greater than 1, p2 plus equals v. And I have a feeling that true because we, no, that's so how do we figure out the vector? T is this. So if this one will become this one, because it's using the old value, Then, okay. Adding one, yes. Adding one again. Will it ever be 1, 1? Yes, here it's 1, 1, so that works. Ti, Ti0 plus V0. I guess the distance is never greater than 1. Ah! I'm stupid. 22. Still too low. Oh. I think we need draw. And X equals and map on the one 0 grid equals max minus e. What? Grid equals for in y. Or e. Grid a. Mm, 9. Um, Except you will be subtracting y. Okay, let's see if this will work. For row and grid and row step. Okay, looking pretty good. So at first, everything is together. Then it's moving to the left, moving up. Wait. Which input are we using? Let's use this input. Okay, so it will move to the right, to the right, to the right, and then one down. And then another one down. Yeah, this seems to be correct. For the big example, we're getting the wrong one down. 22, when in reality it should be. Man, I have no idea how to solve this. I need to compare these patterns more. I don't think this is correct. I need a break. I need some sleep. It's been over an hour, and I'll talk to you tomorrow, this time for real. Good morning, America. I have a job to do, a real world job in the not so distant future. So I don't have a lot of time. I just had one idea and wanted to try out real quick if this fix everything. Basically, let's remove this. Let's remove this. Um, this is correct. Now this is what I want to fix. And in my opinion, we need to write a new move. So we're gonna call it move ti ti minus one. Actually, let's call yeah, sure, one ti I minus one, and also the vector. This is my idea. I feel like the direction I call it direction. I feel like the issue is that now we have to do two moves at a time. I absolutely hate this puzzle. Like this is the worst one so far, because of a number of reasons. But my opinion, they make you come up with an answer that's not part of the puzzle description. Not a clear instruction set on how you would move two steps, because all of these movement instructions here are only ever just the head piece moving one step. But as you can see here, there's a diagonal movement happening here. So let me maybe zoom in a little bit. Um, so basically, the ligatures here are not making this simpler. Maybe I can just replace all of the dots with a space for, or maybe we can do like an underscore. Oops. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So as you can see, this piece is really moving one step up and one step to the right, which is a two-step movement in one tick. And if that happens, then the movement of the next piece is completely undefined, right? And that's, in my opinion, why this puzzle doesn't make any gosh darn sense. Because if we move the head up here, then it's easy, you know, the one definitely will go here. But what happens to the two? Well, the two is gonna follow along. This is already a movement that we know about. But now the two has moved diagonally. What is supposed to happen with the three? This is not defined. You have to study this example very precisely in order to know what is going on. And I think it could go either way. It's diagonally moving to up and to the right. So you could either say, okay, this is a movement from here to the right, 2, then the 3 would move along. Then this is a movement up, and the 3 would just stay there. But this is wrong. And I think based on the instruction set, this is a very clear interpretation of what they give us, and this would be valid. But it's incorrect. And that's what bothers me about today's puzzle, that you're following the instructions to the T and you have a valid interpretation of what's going on, but it's not right. And the only way to figure out what's actually right is to study these examples for a long time. Um, so, oops, I think the my current interpretation of it and what I came up with last night, but didn't really have time to implement, is that you prioritize the move that's based on the head piece movement. What I mean by that is if the head piece is moving up, then you would also want to have the um, priority of moves favor movements upward. So that means in this position, again, this is already clear. We know this much. Um, well, actually, this is a good question because I'm not 100% sure if we do know this because so it moves one up. And then if whenever a piece moves more than one, like this, then you would favor the up movement first, and then this move. The problem is you can't favor the up movement for this piece, because then you would just land here, which is wrong. Oh. So whenever a knot moves just one spot, then we keep using the same logic as before. If it moves two spots, we have to do two separate movements, and we have to prioritize the one that's determined by the movement of the headpiece, which is just insane to think about. In my opinion, this is not this is not a great puzzle. It's horrible. It's badly explained. Um, it's inconsistent with the input. Like this is bad. Like I'm not surprised that we didn't get this yesterday. Even now, looking at this, I'm not 100% sure how to solve this. I guess you would say, um, if nah, so the move distance is starting with one, and you always track it. It gets set to 0 otherwise, and you put it in as a parameter. Do we have to keep track of the old values? That's the do we have to keep track of the old value? Well, let's see. Let's undo all of these changes. This movement is clear. This movement is clear. This is the old movement, the old position. Um, yeah, I think we have to keep the old position. Amazing. Amazing. I'm not a fan of this at all. Like this is so complicated. Maybe I'm completely misreading this. I don't want to get like I don't want to see the solution before I come up with it on my own. So I didn't really check the subreddit, but I'm definitely gonna scour it after this. Um, so let's just call these head and tail. So the tail is following the head, index, of course. If move this smaller than 2, then t of tail equals old head of and return. Otherwise, and the heating. Otherwise, we need to move the piece 2 times, and we need to prioritize the movement. If it's either up or down, and we move it vertically first, so we got the um, wait, where's the vector coming? Okay. We need the vector. We got deer and vector. No, 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 no. Oh my god. Okay, so the vector is the current head position minus the old head position. And of course, the um indented. Okay. So now distance will be 2. Regardless, we're going to return 2 here. The big question is, what movement is it happening? So this piece, man, I'm dying. This is wrong. This is wrong. I need to actually calculate the distance. The distance is this minus this. Absolute cos return. The vector is this movement. Okay, so in theory, I mean, this is straightforward. The 2 goes here. Now, this is the original 2, but this is not where the 3 moves. The 3 will just go up and to the right. Wait, this is fascinating. So here, the original position right of it did move 2 steps. So the distance calculation works. Now we're in a different, and in this mode, what we actually want is move it in the priority of movements of the headpiece. Go up first, then check if we're in the right place or not. And if we're not, then move it closer again. So we need to determine the distance of the and the tail piece. Yes. And here, the distance of 1 and 2. D equals 0. When we're moving the original, like OG first nod headpiece up, then we want to move it like a sine function. And if so, what is it called? Um, doesn't have a sign. Let's just implement a sign function. F sine x if x greater 1 smaller than or return 0. Okay. Return. So the first is the up and down will move the first index. So we have equals 0 and 1 plus sine of vector 0. If distance of t hat and t Scale greater than 1. Okay. Not sure if this is gonna work, but let's try. And then actually have to bounce, so we only have this attempt. So here we're gonna flip it. Uh, this should be all. Man, I'm extremely unsure if this is gonna work, like 20% confidence. But let's see. Just ah, 40. Very interesting. I mean, okay, first of all, this is wrong. So that's why the entire image has been flipped so much. It doesn't make a difference at all. But now I'm curious what is happening. See, this one seems incredibly wrong. Just the 6. Anyway, I think I'm onto something here. I think I'm almost there. I think the logic is extremely ugly. I'm not even sure if there's a better way to do this. Um, yeah, but we're making progress, and now I have to go because I have to work. But I'll continue this. I think we're almost there. I think we have all the cases, like determining where the headpiece is going, if the move distance changed. I think that's what we have to. Okay, I'll be back. I'll be back. Okay, third stream for day 9. I finally want to get this sorted. I think we're almost there. And I think the up 4 movement is really where it's at. Wait, where does it say 4? Oh, well, I guess we will be taking the smaller example and just use these 2 lines to get this sorted out. Okay. Ah, let us do a clean terminal, activate the libraries and whatever, and run this. So what's going on here? We have the movement. So I think starting from the second one, this is really where things start to change. So the second movement upwards, the 7 should actually be here. It's in the wrong spot. So let's debug this. I mean, first of all, I think we should figure out if the move distance parameter is actually correct. There's going to be a lot of values, probably. Wait. There's not a lot of values. Why is this so... I mean, I guess not a lot of things are moving here, but then again, like... Okay, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2. I think that is actually the thing we're looking for here. So It can only ever move. Well, that's not true. The first tail piece can definitely move more than one. So this one is incorrect. Let us fix this and put in the distance between T1 and old age. 0. I don't think this is gonna fix much, to be honest. Okay. Um, well, I mean, of course it has to be before we set it. Um, is that correct now? So we move it up, then it's 987650. Let's check with the reference. 98, yeah. So this looks correct. And then when we move it up one more, that's when we have, man, I've made a lot of changes to this file. That's when we have, let's just refresh it, huh? Refresh. Okay. That's when we have, so we go from this one with the 0 dangling down there to like weird L shape with 2 over diagonally. No, I mean, kinda. It took a bit longer. Yeah, I guess we do have the weird L shape with the 2 dangling. So let's try. If we take the large example here and we put it in, 36 is, I think, the right answer here. Yes. Okay, so we can finally solve this, man. This took way too long. Too high. Amazing. Fuck. Okay. How is it possible that we get the right value there, but in our real answer, it's all wrong? So let's remove all the prints and all the draw for now and see what output we get. Well, I guess I didn't remove all the prints. Well, let's try something else. Well, that's clearly not the answer because they're both higher. And as we've just learned, 2.6 is too high, so it has to be below 2.6. So again, to explain what the hell is going on here, I'm trying to figure out the special case when there's a movement that's more than one spot away. I thought this was very beautiful in how we finally got to the right edge cases, and it's wrong. We are getting to the right answer for the long example. And it's really not working out at all, which is cool, which is super cool. Mm, 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 mm. I guess we can break here. This is not going to change it. Because then we don't have to go through any more pieces. Mm, 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 mm. Well, what happens if we uh, remove this special case here? What happens if we remove the special case and we uh, have the test input? Does it still work? No. Oh my God, I'm dying. I feel like, I mean, it's obviously this method that's wrong, right? But I just don't get how else we can do this. Like we have a vector of where the piece should go. We're moving one by one, starting with the direction of the rope pull, which in my opinion is correct. Um, well, I guess what we can do is go through the draw more with more detail and figure out if we, even though we get the right answer, there is something where we have a different output. So let's see. The weird L shape with the two diagonals we already figured out. Well, I guess it's only printing after all of the iterations, which makes a lot of sense. So let's remove it from here and put it down there. Do, again, clear terminal, and then AUCA, AUCR. So after the first set of moves, right 5, we get a line. Yes, that seems to be correct. Then we have 5 down and then 5 diagonal. We also have 5 down, 5 diagonal. Then we got 5 this way and 5 down. We got 5 this way, 5 down. Then we got 2, 4, and 4. 2, 4, and 4. Then it's a straight line, straight line. Then it's 5, 5, uh, 5, 5. Then it's a straight line again. Yes. And lastly, another straight line. And I guess if we draw scene as well, um, I think we should be able to do this, right? Nope. Okay. Um, mhm, 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 mhm. If I want to draw scene as well, then we should map um, scene. I think we can do this, right? Yep, perfect. And then for ij and scene equals hash. Okay. Is this the right path? So we got a zigzag line, 3, 3, and then 3 up top. 3, 3, 3 up top. Then we got 5 down to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then this thing is 8 characters long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I guess I didn't count this one at the bottom. We can just double check if it's like 1 up top here, and it's 3 long. Yeah, this is perfect. This is the exact right answer for the exemplary input, and it doesn't work for our real input. Ain't that great? Um, how do we debug this? I have no clue. Um, I always love when it's working perfectly for the exemplary input, but then if you're running it for the real input, it doesn't work anymore. Uh, I am at a loss for words. Let's just reset test string here. Okay, just to double check, 5878 is still correct. 2616 is too high. I I don't know anymore. Um, I am answering the right question. Yeah, full stop. Um, I don't know. This has been a very infuriating day. Like not my entire day, but like doing this puzzle today has been extremely infuriating. Um, and I have no plan how to fix this. I feel like I might have to look at the subreddit for some answers. I mean, look, we can brute force it. AOC solve 2615, but still too high. Doesn't work that way. Scene is still a set. Um, I mean, we can print scene. I'm pretty sure that there's not going to be. By the way, what happens if we run? Okay, we already gave this answer. Well, that's working at least. I'm just double checking if there's maybe some float numbers in here, but they all appear to be integers. Um, I mean, it was working for the example input, so I would be shocked if that was the case. Um, yeah, I don't really know what to do here. I don't really know. There's a tiny chance that this line is wrong and we should use move for every single piece. Um, we can do that. So, wait, why is this a 2? Wait. Length. So let's remove this for now to get the example again. Um, We want the length. 36. So it does not work without the special case at the start. Um, well, I guess move this to starting out at 0, right? Yeah. So now it's a generalized case. But I don't think this is going to make much of a difference, to be quite honest with you. Yeah, it's still the same answer. 2616. Well, it's a tiny bit more beautiful now. Um, Down, up, left, right, scene, move, old positions. I kind of think it's a bit of an issue that we have like this special case. Like it would be more beautiful if we had a general movement method that would describe this, and we wouldn't have to use sign and all these different if cases. Um, let's maybe try to figure out a different way to define the movement here. So if the head is ever 2 steps up, down, left, or right, tail must also move 1 step in that direction. Otherwise, aren't touching and aren't in the same, the tail always moves 1 step diagonally to keep up. If the head is 2 steps up, down, right, it must move 1 step in that direction. So screw this. Screw old positions. Okay, I do want to submit this first. Day 9, but it's not working. Okay. Oops. Um, so now it's at least submitted. So that's good. Um, I think we just messed up the movement because I didn't read it properly last night, and then I got completely swept up by my own interpretation of the input. So let's remove old age. Nobody likes old age. Um, this is still happening. This is still happening. This is still happening. This is still happening. Uh, you know, I think this is something we don't need. Um, this is something we don't need. This is something we don't. This is something we don't. This is something we. This is something we don't. This is something we don't need. Okay, I'm feeling good. Move T T T H. Let's screw all of this. So we got pos T is equal to TT, and pos H is equal to TH. If distance of cos T cos H smaller than 2, return. I guess we could call this if not move break. Return false. Return true. If the distance is smaller than 2, right? Right? Because if it's just 1, then that's fine. Okay. So if mhm, um, if pos h0 equal to pos t0, or move in one axis, which would mean that we would add to the tail. I mean, why is it always th? That's kind of confusing, isn't it? We should really do ht because one is following the other. Head. Well, this is not going to work. T. Hat tail, hat tail, hat tail. Okay. Um, well, let's do it axis by axis. So this would mean that we want to add to the tail plus equals the tail, no, the head minus the tail, because of, yeah. Head minus tail. And this would mean that this is equal now to 2 of plus t. Cool. And now we do the same for 1 and 0 here. Um, how do we figure out if this works? Well, we can just test this real fast. I guess we should call it elif, and then do an else here for some diagonal stuff. So this would mean that the y's are equal, so we do like a horizontal. Here we do a vertical. Cool. Pass, because we haven't implemented it yet. Okay, we're getting there. Python. This is the method. Cool. We indented it too much. Sometimes I don't like Python. And then we have t equal to two tuples. Let's call them 0, 0 and 1, 1. And do move of t, 0, and 1. Dist is not defined. You are correct, sir. Dist, dist, dist. False. Yeah, because they are diagonal from each other. Wait, what? No? Ah, I guess it should be 0, 2. True. Okay. What is t now? It's moving it back because the tail is what's moving, right? If we did it the other way around, yes. Okay. That is reassuring. Let's try something else. So let's say we have minus 2, and we want to move it again. Yeah. Okay. I like this. So now the only thing that's left is the diagonal movement. In which case it would move diagonally one step towards it, right? Step, perfect. I guess we do need the sine function here, because that way we can make sure that it's always a 1. This entire like divided by 2 thing is not really helping. It should be sine, because it is defined actually by moving just 1 in that direction. Okay. Otherwise, it will do both. And I guess we can move this here. So let's see if we got this correct. So if we have um, head at 0, 3, I guess we have to define this method again. Head at 0, 3, and tail at 1, 2, 2. Then what will happen? Sine is not defined. You got that right. You're so smart, Python. Then it's now at 0, 3, and 1, 3. So it moved from 2, 2 to 1, 3. Yes. Okay. I think we got it right. Let's see what the answer is giving us now. Man, it's so simple if you just do it by first principles. I don't know why I got so hung up on this weird movement. This is totally on me. It's not a bad puzzle. I'm just an ignorant idiot. Um, yeah, so let's call this run for length, which we substitute here for everything. And then we can do run 2. Where's easy? There's easy. And do run 2. And 10. And this should give us the right answers. List index out of range, because I didn't substitute the 9 for length minus 1. Any other 9s? I don't think so. Okay. 5878 and 2405. Okay, perfect. Yeah, don't try to overcomplicate things. Don't make it too fancy. This draw method is completely unnecessary. The move method is really where it's at here. Yeah, I'm happy with this. I'm not happy with how long it took. It's totally on me. Don't do puzzles when you're way too tired. Don't blame the puzzle for your inaptitude to think straight. And just read the instructions once more. That's the learning for today. And day 9, working. I'm pretty sure that the brackets are going to do something fancy in my shell, so I'm just going to put it into a string. Cool. Thanks for tuning in for the 3rd iteration of today's puzzle. That must have been frustrating to watch. But now we got it all in the end, and we're better off for it. And I'll see you in about 6 hours. Bye-bye.